What's one race you wouldn't date?
I'm not into black women.
Oh.
Why is this always the answer? I need to know this right now.
So you think I'm ugly?
No, that's not it. You're conventionally a very pretty girl. It's just a preference. I actually tried to kind of see a black girl for a little bit, but I just couldn't like get into it. Like, I mean, if a girl's half, it's different. But like a girl who's like fully black, for some reason, it's just...
So it's just like a preference of skin tone. So you don't like black people?
No, I love black people, but I'm just not attracted sexually to black women.
What's one race that you wouldn't date?
Definitely Caucasian men.
Totally understand.
So again, as I stated to people before, I'm going to do my best to try to bring you proof and evidence of what it is that I am stating beyond a shadow of a doubt, so that, you know, even if people want to disagree, you're disagreeing to what? Facts? You're appearing to be stupid. Don't do it. We clearly saw that this guy, right, Caucasian male, was getting asked by one of the women of his community, what is one race that you just wouldn't date? He stated black women. He didn't state it because of the reasons that everybody else has heard and time again. He was like, I just, couldn't do it. It's just for, the simple fact that, if she's half, meaning mixed, right, meaning black and white, then sure. And the reason that he is stating that is because there is something relatable there. There is something that he can call home at the end of the day. There is history there. Right? He can go over to at least one side of the family and they can have certain conversations. They can have certain relatable things that are going on. Right? And when he's explaining this, you saw how it was that the darker complected black woman there with the septum ring, again, the septum ring theory never fails. She decided to do two things. She was like, so you don't think I'm pretty? So automatically, because he stated that, hey, it just is what it is. I need something in common with another person, right? If they're mixed, fine, because the other part of them is white. So I know where their family is. There's some history, something that we can happen to talk about, right? We know where we all stand, right? But if it's a woman and she's just black, both of her parents are black, it's just not going to work out. So then she was like, so you think I'm ugly? What does this have to do with you? How is it that if a guy states that he has a preference in who it is that he wants to date, automatically people insert themselves into the conversation as if that's going to change the answer? It's cool, champ. You find him attractive. We get it. That's why you were giggling and laughing in the very beginning when he said that he couldn't date black women. You just thought beyond a shadow of a doubt, oh, I know what type of black woman he's talking about. Ha, 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 ha. And then you got that wake-up call. He wasn't talking about the ones from the hood. He wasn't talking about the ones that everybody talks about that's always loudmouth and crass and all this. No. He was just talking about normal black women in general. And you thought that you were beyond any and all of that. You thought that you were so special that you could sit up there and change his mind, and all you did was embarrass yourself that first time. But that first time embarrassment was not enough. So then again, when he went deeper into it, he was like, I tried to date this one black girl before, and it just wasn't working. So when she couldn't get him to change his answer to basically find her attractive, she was like, so you just don't like black people in general. What do black people in general have to do with this conversation? He's not dating both black men and black women. He specifically stated that he won't date a black woman. The only way that he will date her is if she is mixed, because there is something there in common. There is something relatable. There is something to call back home to. If you are just a black woman, it's a no-go. He clearly stated he does not find black women sexually attractive. He gave her a compliment to just calm her down. He was like, no, you are a very pretty woman, but I just can't do it. It's like, I just do not find black women sexually attractive. I respect the fact that he is being open and honest, and he's not worried about hurting feelings at the end of the day in order to get his point across, because that's the problem that we have at this point in time when it deals with America, when it deals with social media and so on and so on and so on. You have so many people out here that would have switched up that answer so as to not seem racist or to not seem this or to not seem that. It just was what it was, and people need to accept it for what he stated. He just ain't into you. So stop trying to coerce or force him to be interested in you when he clearly told you what his preference is. And it ain't nothing wrong with him having the preference that he got. But everything is wrong with a woman trying to specifically change a man's preference. That's crazy. Just because a man is not attracted to you, it is what it is. I thought I had something to say after that one, but it just is what it is. Maybe somebody can finish that one in the comment section if they made it this far. Because I completely lost that one. But again, going back to the previous thing, she wanted to now try to bring all the whole black community in there to try to make it seem or give the perception as if this man is racist. This don't have nothing to do with him being racist or not. He specifically stated he has a specific preference. Like I said, how the hamster just fell off the wheel and she substituted that hamster by now trying to make that dude racist on social media. That's crazy to me. All because you can't have him. All because he don't find you sexually attractive. Again, he stated he don't find him sexually attractive. But you want this dude to be attractive. So you want a dude who is not interested in you, relationship-wise or sexually, to be attracted to you or to deem you attractive in a relationship. What? How far people are falling. Where you're getting shut down as nicely as possible while still getting complimented. And you can't accept that light rejection? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Like I said, she did this to herself. She 100% clowned herself. Her and that septum ring. Like I said, the septum ring theory, it never fails. And it did not fail in this instance. This is a clear-cut, shining example of what it is that I and many other guys have talked about when it deals with women not specifically getting their narrative or their way. So now they want to flip the script and they want to try to make you the villain while they're the victims. They're over here boo-hooing and crying and yada yada. Like I said before, she literally tried to just end this man's career by trying to have him, quote unquote, get labeled as a racist because he doesn't find black women sexually attractive. He is not trying to be in a relationship with a black woman. If you're mixed, completely fine. But if you just got two black parents, that's a no-go. Again, that's his preference. I don't have no problem with that. He is free as a man to have whatever preference that he decides to sit up there and have. Women need to learn how to understand and not get offended, and to also stop throwing yourself into a conversation of which has zero to do with you. Just because you found him attractive, stupid, doesn't mean that he has to find you attractive. That's how that works. That is how that works. This is not a symbiotic type of thing. Again, it was on you to do that fool's errand in that whole podcast, in that conversation. That was on you, champ. So now you got your feelings hurt, and not just in private, but in front of the whole world to see. Good job. The other thing I want to point out before I leave is the fact that when he stated that, both of the quote unquote black women there, the representatives, right, they all laughed. Right? The lightest one, she was like, I have to find out why. This is so funny. I know he's not really talking about me because I appear to be mixed or blended. So I know it has nothing to do with me, but it has to do with the dark one directly over there. Right? And then the most melanated one, or the most melanated person directly in the room, she's sitting up there laughing as well. Like I said before, a lot of people clown themselves, when it deals with a lot of situations. A lot of people clown themselves because they live in a house of delusion.